how to get the results you desire. Check this out. There's a key point about that first phrase you really need to grasp. If I had said, how to get the results you want, it would change everything. Want basically means you're missing something, right? When you want something, it just means you don't have it yet. If you keep saying, I want this, I want that, your subconscious takes that as a cue to bring you more of it. But guess what? The universe might just respond with more negative stuff instead. Crazy, right? It's a bit tricky to get your head around. But here's the deal. Use desire instead of want. When I say I desire something, it makes it feel way more real, you know? It just hits differently. The principal reasons for failure are lack of confidence and too much effort. Many people block answers to their prayers by failing to fully comprehend the workings of their subconscious mind. When you know how your mind functions, you gain a measure of confidence. You must remember whenever your subconscious mind accepts an idea, immediately begins to execute it. It uses all its mighty resources to that end and mobilizes all the mental and spiritual laws of your deeper mind. This law is true for good or bad ideas. Consequently, if you use it negatively, it brings trouble, failure, and confusion. When you use it constructively, it brings guidance, freedom, and peace of mind. The right answer is inevitable when your thoughts are positive, constructive, and loving. From this, it is perfectly obvious that the only thing you have to do in order to overcome failure is to get your subconscious to accept your idea or request by feeling its reality now, and the law of your mind will do the rest. Turn over your request with faith and confidence, and your subconscious will take over and answer for you. You will always fail to get results by trying to use mental coercion. Your subconscious mind does not respond to coercion. Coercion means the practice of persuading someone to do something by using force or threats. It responds to your faith or conscious mind acceptance. Your failure to get results may also arise from such statements as, things are getting worse. I will never get an answer. I see no way out. It is hopeless. I don't know what to do. I'm all mixed up. When you use such statements, you get no response or cooperation from your subconscious mind. It's like a soldier marking time. You neither go forward nor backward. In other words, you don't get anywhere. Jump into a taxi and throw a bunch of directions at the driver in just a few minutes, and you can bet he'll be totally lost and might not even want to drive you anywhere. It is the same when working with your subconscious mind. There must be a clear-cut idea in your mind. You must arrive at the definite decision that there is a way out, a solution to the vexing problem in sickness. Only your subconscious knows the answer. Once you realize it in your conscious mind, you'll be all set. And according to your belief, is it done unto you? Easy does it. A house owner once remonstrated with a furnace repairman for charging $200 for fixing the boiler. The mechanic joked, I charged 5 cents for the missing bolt and $199.95 for figuring out what was wrong. Your subconscious mind is like a wise mechanic, knowing just how to heal your body and sort out your life. Decree health, and your subconscious will establish it, but relaxation is the key. Easy does it. Do not be concerned with details and means, but know the end result. Get the feel of the happy solution to your problem, whether it is health, finances, or employment. Think back to how amazing you felt after bouncing back from a tough illness. Your feelings really guide everything in your mind, you know? Your new idea must be felt subjectively in a finished state, not the future, but is coming about now. Infer no opponent. Use imagination and not willpower. In using your subconscious mind, you infer no opponent. You use no willpower. You imagine the end in the freedom state. You will find your intellect trying to get in the way, but persist in maintaining a simple, childlike, miracle-making faith. Picture yourself without the ailment or problem. Imagine the emotional accompaniment of the freedom state you crave. Cut out all red tape from the process. Simple way is the best. How disciplined imagination works wonders. A wonderful way to get a response from your subconscious mind is through disciplined or scientific imagination. As previously pointed out, your subconscious mind is the builder of the body and controls all its vital functions. The Bible says, whatsoever you shall ask in prayer, believing, you shall receive. To believe is to accept something as true, or to live in the state of being it. As you sustain this mood, you shall experience the joy of the answered prayer. The 3 steps to success in prayer. 1. Take a look at the problem. 2. Turn to the solution, or a way out known only to the subconscious mind. 3. Rest in a sense of deep conviction that it is done. Do not weaken your prayer by saying, "I wish I might be healed." I hope so. Your feeling about the work to be done is the boss. Harmony is yours. Know that health is yours. Become intelligent by becoming a vehicle for the infinite healing power of the subconscious mind. Pass on the idea of health to your subconscious mind to the point of conviction. Then relax. Get yourself off your hands. Say to the condition and circumstance, "This too shall pass." Through relaxation, you impress your subconscious mind, enabling the kinetic energy behind the idea to take over and bring it into concrete realization. The law of reversed effort, and why you get the opposite of what you pray for. Kuhn, a well-known French psychologist who visited America about 40 years ago, said it best: "When your desires clash with your imagination always wins." If, for example, you were asked to walk a plank on the floor, you would do so without question. Now suppose the same plank were placed 20 feet up in the air between two walls. Would you walk it? Your desire to walk it would be counteracted by your imagination or fear of falling. If you keep thinking about falling, that fear will take over. Your desire to walk the plank will fade, and the idea of failing will only get stronger. Mental effort is invariably self-defeated, eventuating always in the opposite of what is desired. Feeling powerless can really take over your mind. Your subconscious is shaped by whatever idea is in charge. Your subconscious will accept the stronger of two contradictory propositions. The effortless way is the better. If you say, "I want a healing, but I can't get it. I try so hard, I force myself to pray. I use all the willpower I have," you must realize that your error lies in your effort. Don't force your subconscious to accept your ideas with sheer willpower. Trust me, that approach usually backfires, and you end up getting the opposite of what you hoped for. It's a pretty familiar scene, right? Students sit down for exams and suddenly it feels like all their knowledge has just vanished. Their minds become appalling blanks, and they are unable to recall one relevant thought. The more they grit their teeth and summon the powers of the will, the further the answers seem to flee. But when they have left the examination room and the mental pressure relaxes, the answers they were seeking flow tantalizingly back into their minds. Trying too hard to remember is what led to their failure. It's a classic case of the law of reversed effort. You end up getting the opposite of what you wanted. The conflict of desire and imagination must be reconciled. Using mental strength means you're facing challenges head-on. When you focus on solving a problem, the obstacles fade away and you're just in the zone, you know? Matt 18:19 says, "If two of you shall agree on earth as touching anything that they shall ask, it shall be done for them of my Father which is in heaven." Who are these two? It's all about finding that sweet spot between your conscious and subconscious on any idea or desire. When there is no longer any quarrel in either part of your mind, your prayer will be answered. The two agreeing may also be represented as you and your desire, your thought and feeling, your idea and emotion, your desire and imagination. You avoid all conflict between your desires and imagination by entering into a drowsy, sleepy state, which brings all effort to a minimum. The conscious mind is submerged to a great extent when in a sleepy state. The best time to plant ideas in your mind is right before you sleep. That's when your subconscious is most active, both before you drift off and right after you wake up. When you're in this state, those pesky negative thoughts and images that block your desires just fade away. When you imagine the reality of the fulfilled desire and feel the thrill of accomplishment, your subconscious brings about the realization of your desire. Many people tackle their problems using their imagination. They know that whatever they picture and truly feel will eventually become their reality. The following will clearly illustrate how a young girl overcame the conflict between her desire and her imagination. Now, this illustration is so you think like a child. They have very few barriers stopping them in attaining what they desire most in life. She desired a harmonious solution to her legal problem. Yet her mental imagery was constantly on failure, loss, bankruptcy, and poverty. It was a complicated lawsuit, and there was one postponement after another with no solution in sight. Before bed, I suggested she drift into a sleepy state, picturing her happy ending and really feeling it as much as she could. She knew that the image in her mind had to agree with her heart's desire. Prior to sleep, she began to dramatize as vividly as possible, her lawyer having an animated discussion with her regarding the outcome. She'd ask him questions, and he'd reply with a smile, saying, "We've found a perfect solution." The case is settled outside of court. During the day when fear thoughts came into her mind, she would run her mental movie with gestures, voice, and sound equipment. She could easily imagine the sound of his voice, smile, and mannerism. She ran this mental picture so often, it became a subjective pattern, a regular train track. At the end of a few weeks, her attorney called her and confirmed objectively what she had been imagining and feeling is true, subjectively. Just a few days ago, we were stuck in this crazy 5-year lawsuit. A water pipe burst in our house, and the insurance companies were battling over who should pay up. We were all set to go to court 2 days ago, but I tried this technique, and guess what? This morning we got a call saying we didn't have to show up. Awesome is that? This is what the psalmist meant when he said, "Let the words of my mouth and the thoughts in my heart be pleasing to you, O Lord." It's all about aligning our feelings and thoughts with the good vibes, right? The power of our subconscious can really lift us from struggles and pain. Isn't that amazing? Ideas worth recalling? 1. Mental coercion or too much effort shows anxiety and fear which block your answer. Easy does it. When your mind is relaxed and you accept an idea, your subconscious goes to work to execute the idea. 3. Think and plan independently of traditional methods. Know that there is always an answer and a solution to every problem. 4. Do not be overly concerned with the beating of your heart, the breathing of your lungs, or the functions of any part of your anatomy. Lean heavily upon your subconscious and proclaim frequently that divine right action is taking place. 5. The feeling of health produces health. The feeling of wealth produces wealth. How do you feel? 6. Imagination is your most powerful faculty. Imagine what is lovely and of good report. You are what you imagine yourself to be. 7. You avoid conflict between your conscious and subconscious in the sleepy state. Imagine the fulfillment of your desire over and over again prior to sleep. Sleep in peace and wake in joy. If you liked this video, wait till you see the next one, Chapter 9, Unlocking Your Subconscious Mind for Wealth. Like, comment, subscribe, and share with friends. Cheers, see you soon.